Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please let's turn to page 9. Page 9 of our manual. We've been talking so far about our gadgets that have been put into place, and also how to apply security, making sure that these gadgets are used to optimize to get the best that we really need it for. Now we want to talk more about what we are really using all these gadgets for, to meet up with the government requirements, to meet up with our expectation. And then from our hand here in Alphabeta, what we have done is we have looked into the nature of business of each individual, each company, what we are really collecting for. What we now did from our hand is that after looking at the nature of business, we now sectorize all companies, all individuals, putting them under a class so that it will be easy for us to trace the transaction. That's page 9. And then from our hand here, because of the nature of the company, we have various sectors that we have classified the companies into. We have the finance sector, we have the energy sector, we have the manufacturing, education, health, we have the general sector. Like those companies that have been classified under finance sector, they are financial companies, like banks, insurance, discount house. We classify them due to the nature of their business. We put them under a sector. We call that finance sector. Like the energy sector, all those that are in the oil sector, the big manufacturing companies, we classify them under that. Likewise, education, all the schools, these coaching classes, we classify them. What about individuals? We have also done some classification concerning them. We put them under informal sector and high net worth individual for the big organs that are not earning salary. So we have classified each person and each company under a sector. And this has been done to make our job much more easier, so that when we are looking into the profile of an individual or company, we know where to go to directly. So that's why we have done what we call classification of companies under various sectors. And also from our hand here, we do tracking of taxpayers electronically. What do? You have been shown some facilities. These are just some of it that we make use of. Yes. All these facilities have been put into place to enhance our work and to make our job much more easier, so that we'll be able to serve the government appropriately and also the individual. So like what we do here, we monitor the transactions and the revenue from our Ebsrcm and the eBay application. What do I mean by that? Because we have been able to go out, do monitoring, get information about taxpayers. What we now do is that all this information we get, we input it in our system to update our database, so that any information we need now about the taxpayer, easily we just click on the system, we get that information, and it helps us to monitor each individual, what they are paying so far, when they are not paying, it helps us to track them down. And then from our hand here, we do generate what we call pay ID with our application. In most cases, it is from the bank that we do generate pay ID. This pay ID is a unique number that has been assigned to each individual, each company, to differentiate their transaction. It's just like their bank account. When you open an account with banks, they will give you a number. That number is unique to you. So also from our end there, we have generated what we call a payer ID for companies and for individuals. This payer ID, when we look into it, it's expected that all the information about the taxpayer should be in this payer ID. But what about instances whereby we have more than one payer ID for an individual? Because it's possible. And when we have more than one payer ID for individual, we try as much as possible, after doing necessary investigation from our end there, we now match the transactions maybe 2 PIDs, we look at the transactions, look at all the necessary information. We now do what we call merging. That is bringing in the 2 transactions under 1 PID for easy access for the taxpayer. And then also from our hand here, I'm sure that our people from local government will make use of demand notices. Yes. And also, the agencies under Lagos State government, some sectors also make use of demand notices. Like people that work under Land Bureau, people that are in TAMU, and then LASEPA. We make use of these demand notices to get in touch with the taxpayer, telling them how much they are owing the government so far. And with this, there is always the inscription of maybe the logo of the local government or the logo of Lagos State government. And once an individual or a company see a letter that bears that logo and the signature, it ginger them up that somebody is watching their activity, and it prompts them to make payments as at one day. And then also from that, we get across to our taxpayer by SMS. We do send SMS to companies. Somebody will want to ask, when you send SMS to taxpayers, like a payee for an example, an accountant, you are now sending SMS to the company notifying them that they did not pay. Who are you sending it to in that company? What we do is that because we have met with a person in that company, we have a contact person in that company, we get their phone number, their email address, we now input it in our system. It's part of the update that we do on the system. So once we discover that they are not paying up to date, after we've run our trend and we discover that they are skipping, we now send an SMS to them, notifying them that your company are not paid for so and so period. And immediately they see that SMS, most accountants or the contact person, they will give us a call. You understand? Because that SMS can be implicating. Maybe one way or the other, the accountant have deducted the money for October, September, and August, but he has not repaid. Yes, thank you. He has not remitted it to the government account. So once they see that SMS, the fear is always there that maybe this SMS has gotten to the chairman. So immediately we get a phone call back from them, and in most cases they always promise us, Madam, please, so by Friday, by tomorrow, we'll raise a check and we'll go and make payment. So because they have made that promise, we do a follow-up on that same company we have sent SMS to. But what about those people that did not call back? We give them like a week. After a week, once we check our system and we discover that they've not paid the money we are asking them to pay, we send another SMS to them. Just making sure that these people are feeling the touch of government, that somebody is watching their transaction, so there's nowhere for them to hide. And also we send the email. I said we normally get their phone number and their email address. The email, normally we send it to them, giving them an attachment of their customer statement. Because we can attach on the email, but we can't do that on the SMS. So we attach their customer statement and we now notify them that they should please, for so and so period, reconcile this statement with the receipt you might be having with you. So if there's any discrepancy, please get in touch with so and so number. We put the number and we send this email to them. And also from our hand here, in making sure that the revenue is increasing day by day and meeting up to the budget of the government, we do send what we call a watch list. Because we have information about the companies with us, we have their regular payments, what they are paying with us. We now do a calculation on those companies that are skipping only. Companies that are paying up to date, we don't do anything about them. But any company that we discover they are not remitting as at when due, we get their name, the payer ID, the total amount that they have paid for a period of time. We set the time for us, maybe 2 years, 3 years. The time for us, that's the target. Then we now get an average of what they are paying every month. That average helps us to calculate what they are owing. Because the company that have paid maybe in 2 years, which is supposed to be 24 months, maybe they've now paid for only 20 months, remaining 2 months. We get the average, calculating what they have paid so far, dividing it with the number of months. That's 20 months divided by the total amount that have been paid so far. So the remaining 2 months that have not been paid, we now calculate it. And we now compile this list, we send it to LIRS for further investigation. This watch list has been able to tell the government that, look, there are some companies that are not paying up to date, and this is the amount they are owing you. So it is now left for you to do what? Go after them. And once the government have that information, it's easy for them to now track down the company. You understand? Because they are owing, and it has been a fact